Thor 5 is officially in development, but after the success and or failure of Thor Love and Thunder, depending on what you think of the film and depending on how you spin the box office, the upcoming fifth entry will not see the return of the director of the previous two films, Taika Waititi, as he has been removed, and Marvel Studios is in search of a brand new voice, tone, and director for Thor. So whatever your opinion of Thor Love and Thunder is, maybe you're like me and you don't like the film, but you love Ragnarok. Or maybe you love Thor Love and Thunder and you're disappointed Taika won't be back. I love Taika as a director. Currently one of my favorite working directors in Hollywood, but I just didn't like Love and Thunder. So I don't hate him, and I am kind of disappointed that he won't be back for the next one, because I think if they kind of rein him back just slightly and give him a more serious tone, I think he could absolutely nail it. Because I thought he nailed it with Thor Ragnarok. But again, I know a lot of people don't like that film either, so I guess Thor has been an up-and-down franchise, and they're going to continue to try to find a new voice. What we're hearing now is that, yeah, Thor 5 is actively in development. Marvel Studios is looking for writers. But when it comes to the director's choice, Taika is not in the conversation, and they've agreed to move in separate ways, and that Marvel Studios wants to find somebody else that's a good pick for a fifth outing. I honestly think this is smart. When you realize that something didn't work with what they were doing, they pivoted. That's what they did after Thor: The Dark World, and we got the two Taika films. Thor: Love and Thunder didn't resonate with everybody, so I get that they probably want to pivot again. And I think if they keep Taika on, they realize this might alienate some fans, while also realizing that if they get a fresh voice and a fresh spin on it, they can maybe get a Thor 5 and Thor 6 out and have it, again, be tonally different and go in a different direction and do something that shakes up the formula again, which I would honestly really appreciate. And it certainly worked for Loki. Like, Loki was directed by how many different people over the course of everything in the MCU? And everybody has done something slightly different with him, but it still feels very refreshing and the character continues to evolve and be interesting. So, Taika being out, I'm a little bummed about, because I think he could deliver another great Thor entry, but I'm also happy that they're gonna listen to some of the criticisms and maybe go, you know what? Maybe Thor doesn't need to learn the same lesson again for the third time in his fourth appearance coming up. So let's try to shake this up and do something a little bit different. And I personally am hoping for something a little darker, you know, a little bit more grandiose in terms of Thor storytelling, and maybe not so wacky, whimsy, and out there. I know a lot of people love that again, and I don't have a problem with you enjoying that. But for me, I would honestly find a perfect balance between Thor 1 and Thor Ragnarok. To me, a perfect balance in there would be a perfect Thor film. But we're going to need a successfully talented director that can have some of his own voice, but also follow what Marvel Studios wants, which is always a hard pick.